So label all the functional groups. So we can do that rather quick, right? So there's an aldehyde right there. There's an ester. There's a thiol. There's a benzene ring. There's an amine, a carboxylic acid, an alcohol, an alkyne. This one would be a ketone. This one would be another amine. That's a amide. That would be an alkene. Alcohol. This one's interesting. We have an oxygen sandwiched in between two carbonyls. That's an anhydride or an acid anhydride. Okay, right there. And then right here we have a sulfide. Okay? Because that resembles what? That resembles a ester, right? But now there's just a sulfur in the middle. Okay? Okay, so we've identified some of those functional groups. Let's take a look at answering the second question. And I've recorded all this, guys, so it's on the video, so you guys can go back and watch it, okay? So, second question, what's the hybridization states? If we zoom in on this guy, what's the hybridization state of that oxygen? That's sp2. That carbon right there has 3 groups around it. So that's sp2. How many groups are around this carbon? Well, there's 2 hydrogens that aren't shown. So this carbon right there has 1, 2, 3 groups. Another sp2. sp2. Let's see, did I get anything with other hybridization states there? What about this alkyne? sp. What about this oxygen?
sp3.
sp3. There's 2 lone pairs. There's a bond to the hydrogen and a bond to the carbon. So there's 4 groups around that oxygen atom, making it sp3. Did I get all the arrows? I think I did. What are the degrees of the alcohols and the amines? Well, here's an alcohol right there. What's the degree of this alcohol? That's a primary because there's the carbon that's directly attached to the oxygen. And what are we supposed to do? Count how many carbons are directly attached to that carbon. There's only 1. So that's a primary alcohol. Let's see, where do we have another alcohol in here?
Yes.
Right here? Okay. So that is what? Secondary. That's a secondary alcohol. And there's only 2 of them, right? Isn't that an alcohol? That's carboxylic acid. Okay, and then it says the amines. What's the degree of this amine? Secondary, because there's 2 carbons directly attached. So that's secondary. This amine right there is going to be primary because there's only 1 carbon directly attached to the nitrogen. Is this a amine?
That's an amide.
That's an amide. Okay. And I think that's all that is for that question. Do you guys have any thoughts or questions about this one? Okay, let's take a look at, draw the skeletal structure for this species right here, this condensed formula. So I want you to take that problem, we'll call it problem 1. I want you to draw the skeletal structure, the zigzag. The second problem that I want you to do Let's see. Draw another skeletal structure for this guy. Draw the skeletal structure for that condensed formula. And then question 3. Take that skeletal structure and draw the condensed formula.